Hi everyone, I'm Tara and I am new to the YouTube thing. However, I am so looking forward to sharing with you all about the adventures in my life. I have my hands in a whole lot of different things, and if I had to sum myself up into one word, I would say that I am a visionary, definitely. I have ideas for days and a lot of different talents, and I'm in a season in my life where it's time for me to start doing something with them. So that's why I'm starting this channel, and I think it'll be good for me because it will give me some accountability. It will also help me to use some of this education that I've gotten. So I have a degree in photography and film, as well as a music degree, and I've been in massage therapy for the last 20 years, and I'm also an esthetician, and I do sound healing, energy work. I have two purposes on this earth. My first purpose is to be a vessel for healing, and my second purpose is to be a minister of music. So everything that I do, those two things are basically my bottom line. Now, the issue is that I have a lot of different talents. I'm also an artist as well. And I am on a quest to integrate all of these things into a way where I can manage my life and not feel like I'm neglecting any of the talents that God gave me. I just want to give them right back to Him. So that's a little bit about me. I have some goals that I have, and I feel like if I film them and share them with the world out there in the universe, then I will probably be able to make them happen. Just that little bit of accountability, I think, will be good for me. So, as a musician, I have a goal to learn all of the songs in the real book. I'm a saxophone player and I specialize in jazz. The cool thing, though, is that I've been able to utilize my improvisation skills and my saxophone playing into my sound healing practice, which is exciting. And so that was goal one, to memorize, or not memorize, I'm not saying memorize, but to learn all the songs and be able to play all the songs in the real book. Another goal that I have is to create opportunities for other musicians as well as other just entrepreneurs, by gathering them together to help lift each other up and to basically help each other market our businesses so that everyone can prosper together. I think that we don't really need to be in competition with other people. We just need to rise up together. That's my goal, is to promote not only myself, but promote other people. I mean, I remember I went and I took a tour of a college and I saw this sign that said, "Lift while you climb." And it really meant a lot to me. And that's my whole deal. I want to lift while I climb. I am definitely climbing, but I know that I am further along in the journey than some people. And so my desire is to be a guiding light to the people who are further back in the path than me. And then also to link up with people who are like-minded, who may be further along in their journey than I am. One of the things I'd really like to do with this channel is talk about various aspects of my musical journey and where I've been, where I want to go, and where I feel like I'm at right now. It's been interesting. So I graduated with my music degree from Virginia Commonwealth University back in May of 2022. Now, that degree was a degree that I started in 1994. I was originally a music major at James Madison University in 1994, but I just was not able to stay in school. I was there for 2 years and I just kept mentally breaking down, and I didn't really have any belief in myself. And I didn't feel like I was getting the support that I needed, and music was my whole life. And then one day I just put it down and I didn't pick it back up again for another 16 years. And I had a baby, got married, had another baby. And then I taught my daughter how to play the saxophone. And one day she said to me, "Mommy, instead of beating up on yourself for everything that could have been, maybe you should just pick your horn back up." So that was a real light bulb moment for me, and I picked my horn back up and I started taking lessons. I started playing in church, and I remember one profound thing that my music teacher at the local music store said to me at my first lesson with him. He said, "Tara, it looks like at some point in time you put a lot of time into this horn. You would serve yourself better if instead of beating up on yourself for what could have been and for all those years that you lost, you'd serve yourself better to just pick it back up again and commit to never putting it down again." And I thought that that was excellent advice, and I took that, and I have basically committed to myself to never put my horn down again. Music is everything to me. I mean, it means the world to me. I wouldn't say it's everything, be realistic, but it does mean the world to me, and it has played such a pivotal role in my growth spiritually. I just absolutely love music, and it's really hard to articulate how deep that is for me. But perhaps along the way I will be able to express that. So leaving music school back in 1996 was very traumatic for me. And I just saw myself as a college dropout. I saw myself as a failure. Now, I did do other things along the way. Like I said, I'm a massage therapist, and then I'm also an esthetician. And having those professional licenses has been the bread and butter for my career. However, it didn't matter how many certifications I got. I still just saw myself as a college dropout. So back in 2015, I decided to go back to school. I went to the local community college, Northern Virginia Community College, and I encountered some really wonderful professors there who encouraged me and caused me to grow. But I actually did not go there for music. I went for photography, and it was because I enjoyed photography, and it was therapeutic for me. But I didn't honestly think that pursuing a music degree was going to be realistic for me because there was just too much trauma associated with it. So I got 2 associate degrees from Nova, one in like fine art photography and the other one in like more technical photography. And then from there, I transferred to VCU. And the interesting thing was when I transferred there, what happened was I started seeing all these music credits from the 90s showing up on my transcripts, which kind of planted the seed for me like, I wonder if I could do something with music. But I was afraid to audition for anything. So I found out that you don't have to audition to be a music minor. So what I did was I entered into the music department through the back door. I was a photography and film major, and I minored in music. Well, little did I know that you have to have so many credits of ensembles to get your music minor. So I had a wonderful professor who really worked with me and got me ready. It took about a year, but he got me ready to audition for the jazz orchestra. And then I started really confronting head on my fears of performance. Like I had some serious performance anxiety, and just the support that I got from the faculty in the music department at VCU just really made all the difference in the world to me. So what happened was I finished getting my photography and film degree, and then I asked my professor, my saxophone professor, like shortly before I was supposed to finish the photo film degree, I was like, hey, do you think that I could possibly finish my music degree? And he was like, yeah, Tara, you can do it. It'll be hard, but you can do it. So when I graduated from the photo film department, I went back in the fall and I worked on my music degree, and it was so hard. I mean, I live in Northern Virginia, and I was commuting 90 minutes down to Richmond. It's 90 minutes one way if traffic was good. There were times where it took me like 3 hours to get home. And I went through a lot of different adventures in commuting, which I may talk about along the way. But I was seriously dedicated. I mean, I had tunnel vision, and a whole lot of sacrifices were made until finally, I guess I tell people that I timed out of the system, because if I had like another maybe $50,000 or $60,000 and some more time on my hands, I would go back, because I feel like I didn't learn enough. But I finally got my music degree in May of 22. And that was one of the happiest days of my life, to actually walk across the stage with a degree that I started in 1994. It was like I couldn't even describe the bliss that I was feeling. But I was also very overwhelmed with gratitude. And I was so overwhelmed with gratitude, I asked God what to do with it all, because I couldn't contain it. So he gave me an idea to start a mentorship program for the jazz students down there. And so for the past year or so, I've been working with them. And those are some of the most talented students that I know. I mean, I'm so in awe of them every time I meet with them and play. I'm so grateful that my ID still works and I can get in the building and work with these students because they just bring me so much joy. And so the name of my business for music is called Tone of Power, and that's the name of the musical group that I formed. And it started off with 5 students who stuck it out with me and played with me, and we played a gig and everything, and it was so much fun. And I just was able to love on them. Because, I evaluated while I was in school what I would need to do what I would have needed back in the 90s to get my degree the first time. And once I was able to kind of lock all those things down, I decided that's what I wanted to be and what I wanted to provide for the students down there so that they don't have to be in their 40s getting their music degree, but, to foster them being able to get through it the first time. I just want to show my support. So, I go down there every 2 weeks and I work with them and we play music, and it's so much fun. I have so many ideas for them and I love hearing their ideas. One of my desires for them is to give them scholarships, and I've actually given some of them small scholarships out of my own pocket, but one of the things that I would like to do is raise some money for them, and I've got some ideas on how to do that. Another rabbit hole that I have been digging down for the past year is sound healing. Shortly after I had my senior recital at VCU, I decided to get into sound healing, and it has changed my life. Like, I could tell stories about how it's changed my life. I used to wear glasses, and one day I had a really bad sinus headache from allergies, so I took a tuning fork and I started just going around my eyes and all in my sinuses. And I did that for 3 days. And in the course of 3 days, not only did my headache go away, but my vision was completely cleared up. Like, I see crystal clear. I have not had to wear glasses in a year. I don't even know where my glasses are anymore. And all because of a tuning fork, which is quite interesting. I use the tuning forks on my clients and it works wonders. I really am very heavily into the sound healing. And so one of the things that I also plan on doing is talking about how the sound healing has affected me, and my goals for teaching other people how to utilize that. Everything is vibrating. It is. And we don't always understand how that affects us. But I've been doing a lot of research and want to share what I have learned with how frequencies and sound affect our physical bodies, affect our energetic bodies. And another thing I would like to do is actually have some sound healing on my channel. like do sound baths and then just have it as something that people can click on and enjoy while they're trying to relax. So that's another thing that I would like to do. One of my biggest goals, though, with this channel is to just create a community of people who want to just embrace concepts that are similar to mine. Like, I want to attract viewers that want to embrace holistic methods of healing and also talk about how art and sound and frequencies, how they all kind of tie in together to create healing inside of us and how we can utilize those things for our healing. I think that I have really said a whole lot and have a whole lot of ideas. And so this is going to be somewhat of a hodgepodge for a little while. However, I do have a lot to say about a lot of things, and I think I'm going to enjoy sharing it with you. So, once again, welcome to my channel. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.